Good morning, everybody. PJ here. I'm just going to go through this Amazon CW key again, just a little bit, because I've been using it a little bit. I've adjusted on it some, playing with it, just seeing how it works and everything. Now, again, take what I say with a grain of salt, because I'm just starting out. This is my first key. I can't compare this to anything. Other than my, like I say, my homemade one that I made, the single one. But so far, for the money, I'm super happy with this. I thought when I got this, I would have to spend quite a bit more money to actually get one. I mean, this one's not super cheap, but it's not super expensive either. It's like $80 on Amazon. I've seen some on there, and if you look at the name brand ones, they're anywhere $200 to $300. 150 probably for what they would say a good one. But I've seen some cheap ones on Amazon too, and that's what made me go this. I was like, well, this one actually looks like it's maybe a little better. Of course, when I got it, I was like, it could be junk too. But so far, I'm really impressed with it. Like I say, I can't compare nothing, but I haven't had, as I'm doing my characters and stuff, it hasn't missed any. I'm sure the contacts could be, better, like gold or something like that, or, but because they're hitting these bolts here. And if you look at it underneath it, let me turn it over. If you look at the inside of it here, and it's even got a little switch so you can reverse the polarity on it. But not a lot of wires exposed. You've got these contact tabs here. I feel like looking at them, they look pretty good. Sometime down the road, they might need to be cleaned. I don't know. So far, depends on where you're at. I'm assuming the contacts for these inside of here, which holds these paddle arms in place. This is all aluminum. I'll get a close-up of it. And I can get these really tight. If you notice, I've changed this too. They come with the metal ones, like this. They got a little weight to them. So I was like, I'm going to try the plastic ones. And I actually ended up liking these better because they just feel lighter to my touch. Like I can feel the response, I guess, better. And it's cold in my garage where I have my shack. So these right here, when I come out here, even through this package, they're cold to where these aren't. So I kind of like that. I don't have that cold feel on my fingers. But I did a little adjusting on the magnet. And you can see. I'll tell you, even the paint on this thing is look at it. The magnets, pretty strong. I've got this piece of steel here. And I'll go back and forth different stuff. You know how I am. I don't just stick to one topic. Yeah, I'll talk about that in a second. But what I'm talking about now is I've adjusted the magnet. So there. So that way it's super. I adjusted the spacing, which is really easy. You just take that loose, and then you just turn this in or out, and then you just lock it back. And I think I moved this one, so it'll probably be a good way to show you. I ended up getting a piece of paper, and I tried it different. I did it with 2 sheets of paper. I'm sure I could go to 1. That seemed like really sensitive though when I did that. So I did 2, and then for me, up to 4. 3 is where I found that I liked it. So while I'm doing this, I'll just go ahead and show you how I did it. I just back that out, take that loose, back that out, and I take the paper. And this way I knew I was getting both of them the same. Let me go ahead and back that out, and I'll show you the contacts before I do that. Like I say, if I can get it in there to where you can see the contacts. I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah, I don't know if I can get where you can see that real good. You might be able to see it right there, but they seem to be either some kind of brass coated. I'm not sure. It might be a solid piece of brass or copper. I'm not sure. But so far they haven't missed any dits or dogs. I mean, if it's messed up, it's been my fault. Like me trying to do it. But anyway, I'm gonna set this one. See, I've got this one set to where I can slide 3 pieces of paper in there and just move it back and forth like that. Like that, it'll hold it, but I can slide it. And then when I take it out, it's got just a little bit of a grip to it. So what I'll do is I'll actually take that, spin that, got the paper in there, till it's tight and I can't get it out. Then I'll back it off just a little until I can move it. And I'm gonna tighten this up. I can still do that. Now that's locked down. They hadn't moved. Tension on the magnet. I got it fairly loose right now. I tried getting it, you know, where it was harder to push, and I could already feel the pressure I was having to put with my fingers. Because I'm learning right now, so I got a fairly light touch, I guess, because I'm scared to hit it. I'm scared to, scared to do this. Which leads me to this. If you didn't have this big chunk of steel, so I got this down in my garage. So if it's by itself, it's fairly heavy. It's probably not as heavy as one that you would, like the more expensive ones. And you don't want it moving around. It's got these magnets on it, which are pretty strong. So if you had even just like a little plate. But I noticed trying to use it by itself while I had the bottom of this drying, because on this I put a piece of rubber, because this stuff right here is kind of slick. So even with this weight, every once in a while it would slide just a slight. So just make sure that it didn't move. And it don't move now when I put it on here. I'll show you in a minute. But like by itself, if you're a really light touch, but sometimes, I mean, I'm not trying to do that. I'm just hitting it like I feel like I would. So it moves. So you might have to either hold it. Like I say, I mean, it's pretty thick. It's 1/2 inch. I mean, that's a 1/2 inch piece of metal, so you can see what that is. But I mean, it's fairly heavy, but not super heavy. So if you got a piece of metal, if you can find you a big chunk of metal. Let's see. And the magnet sticks good. See that? Now it'll slide off if I was to tilt it. But that was me jerking it. But just picking it up. See that? I mean, it's on there. That was me tilting it a little bit to break it loose. To do it like that, because you can get it off there. But this way, I'm hitting it pretty hard now. This entire capsule weighs 4 pounds now, to where just this is 14 point something ounces, just the key. Then this right here is almost just 3 pounds something. So I've added quite a bit, plus the rubber on the bottom. And I mean, I'm hitting it. To get it to move on the plate, I mean, I've got to really physically, I'm pushing. So, might want to get you a little plate. If you can find that, I mean, that thing, it don't move at all. Let's look at it a little bit. Like I say, I'm just learning. So most of these will just be letters. I'm hoping they'll be letters, because I've been playing in between ambionic, say like A and B. I've decided to leave it on B for now, so I can just do like K, R, Q. But you can tell I ain't practiced this morning. I just picked it up to start doing this. But trust me, I'll go through my little thing here later. I got a long ways to go, but let's see here. What else can I talk about it? I mean, it's got a super slick finish on it. I mean, for the money, I just don't think you can beat it. I've got a cheaper one coming, not like this, but like one that I can use portable. It's small. It looks cheap. It is cheap. So we'll definitely be able to compare with that one. But for this one, I mean, this one's super sensitive. You can get these things where they're really, and they haven't missed the dits or the DAWs. I mean, even if you lightly touch it, I mean, it's, so I haven't had it not make a sound when it's supposed to. Sometimes it makes it when it's not, but that's the B mode on the ionic. I can't even say it. Iambic B. I don't know why I can't say that. But anyway, like I say, I'm not proficient. These are words I'm just learning. Just now learning. Nope, see? It's my call sign. Yeah, see, and I keep messing up. So I ain't paying attention to that. I'm paying attention to this. Yeah. So now when I sit down, I'll sit down and I'll practice this. Last night I did it for, I don't know, probably about 15, 20 minutes. And I've gotten better. And I'm just running through my letters. You know, and just doing stuff like that. And I'll hit it, see if I know it, and then whatever. And then I'll do the listening thing too. But so far, anything about the key though, I mean, I just wanted to show it again a little bit more detailed, just because the first one is basically like unboxing, me looking at it, not really knowing nothing about it. Now that I've adjusted it and everything, I mean, these things locked down. They ain't moving. These ain't moving. This ain't moving. The post ain't moving. I mean, it's pretty solid for the money. And I mean, like I say, I mean, you can slap it if you want to. I'm hitting it. See? And I still gotta learn. So don't take how I'm playing this thing as gold. It just, for a beginner key, this is not bad. And it's just gonna take me some practice. It ain't the key's fault that I can mess up, but you know. And see, I played yesterday with that A mode so long. The timing, you've got to get the timing down to do these squeeze keys. And if you don't, man, you'll get that extra dit or daw in there. So you definitely got to be paying attention to that. Let's see, let's start here. That's my call sign. So, and I've been playing, I even did my name yesterday, and I'd sit there and go back and forth. Then I would do just like the Koch method, and I would just go through my letters, and I'd play them over and over. And see, these are hard because you got like I, whoops, I, and then you go to S, and in H. Timing on that. See, it's gonna take me a while. But anyway. Yeah. Anyway, we'll get out of that. Y'all don't want to see me practicing that. I definitely recommend. Here, let me turn that back off so I don't keep hitting it. Definitely recommend getting you a heavy piece of metal or something, cause it's definitely gonna make it better. I have this down there. I've got another piece down there, and that's just, you know, probably about 5 by, looks like about 4 inches piece of 1/2 inch steel. Not everybody's gonna have that, so I mean, find you something that, I mean, you could even probably find like a, I don't know, something you could add some lead into or something, because it definitely makes a difference. Because this, I mean, it moves. That's with me just doing that. So you want to put that magnet on something. But anyway, that's it. Just wanted to show it off a little bit more detail how before I didn't have it, because I know when people get on here looking, they want to see this stuff, and I know I got questions before I buy stuff. So that's, like I said, that's with the plastic keys on it, but definitely worth it, in my opinion. I mean, for a beginner, and you don't want to buy one of them little cheap Amazon keys that looks like they're going to fall apart. I took a chance with this one, and so far I'm pleased with it. But all right, just showing over my CW key. One of these days I'll be able to get where you'll actually be able to listen to me and it'll make sense when I'm actually on here doing my thing. I'm gonna get there, I promise. I'm just gonna keep on. But video's getting kind of long for just me showing that off, so really not much to it, but it is, even the paint on it looks pretty good. It's not flaked off or anything, so I don't know how they did it, but for Amazon, good starter key. And that's it. Y'all have a good one. This is AK4 PJ.